Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
The 1973 paper by Stanley, Miller and Harold, Urey, concerning the production of amino acids under conditions theorized to have resembled the primitive Earth, represents a pivotal moment in the study of abiogenesis, the origin of life from inanimate matter. Its enduring status stems not solely from its experimental findings, but from its profound implications for our understanding of the universe and our place within it. This work, while building upon earlier conceptualizations of a primordial soup, significantly advanced the scientific inquiry into the conditions necessary for the emergence of life's building blocks. The intellectual genesis of Miller and Urey's experiment can be traced to several key predecessors. The prevailing scientific and philosophical thought of the early 20th century, while still grappling with the implications of Darwinian evolution, had yet to fully address the question of life's origin directly. The concept of spontaneous generation, the belief that life could arise from non-living material, had been progressively dismantled by the meticulous work of scientists like Louis Pasteur. This, however, left a void. If life did not spontaneously arise under contemporary conditions, where and how did it originate? The concept of biogenesis implied a beginning, yet offered little in the way of a concrete mechanism. Alexander Oparin, in his 1994 publication, or The Origin of Life, and independently the British biologist J.B.S. Haldane, in a 1999 article, independently formalized a seminal hypothesis. They proposed that the early Earth possessed a reducing atmosphere, composed primarily of gases such as methane, ammonia, water vapor, and hydrogen. Unlike today's oxygen-rich atmosphere, this environment allowed for the accumulation of complex organic molecules. They suggested that ultraviolet radiation from the sun provided the energy needed for these molecules to form, and though these organic compounds would accumulate in the oceans, forming a primordial soup, this soup would eventually evolve into the first life forms. This hypothesis, based more on deductive reasoning and experimental evidence, offered a bold framework for understanding life's origins. Miller and Urey's work provided the first experimental validation of this hypothesis. The apparatus constructed by Miller, working under the guidance of Urey, elegantly simulated the conditions hypothesized by Oparin and Haldane. The experimental setup consisted of a closed glass system. Water, representing the primordial oceans, was heated to produce water vapor. This vapor, along with methane, ammonia, and hydrogen, representing the hypothesized earlier Earth atmosphere, was circulated through a chamber where a high-voltage electrical discharge, simulating lightning, provided an energy source. The resulting products were then cooled and condensed, mimicking the Earth's hydrological cycle. The mixture was then collected and analyzed. The results of this experiment were revolutionary. The analysis revealed the presence of several amino acids, including glycine, alanine, and aspartic acid, along with other complex organic molecules. These amino acids, the fundamental building blocks of proteins, were synthesized from the simple inorganic gases under conditions that were plausibly representative of the earlier Earth. This provided the first concrete experimental evidence supporting the Oparin-Haldane hypothesis. The amino acids were not created by magic, but produced through physical chemistry. The experiment demonstrated that the basic components of life could arise from inorganic matter through natural processes. The immediate impact of Miller and Urey's work was profound. It provided tangible, experimental evidence against the notion of a special creation. It demonstrated that the conditions necessary for the formation of life's building blocks could arise naturally, without the intervention of a divine or supernatural agent. This fostered a new wave of scientific inquiry focused on abiogenesis. Researchers began exploring various aspects of the Oparin-Haldane hypothesis, testing different atmospheric compositions, energy sources, and environmental conditions. It provided a framework for future work, inspiring decades of research. The 1973 paper represented the culmination of Miller and Urey's earlier work, a refinement and further analysis of the initial experiment. The specific details within the 1973 publication expanded on their prior findings, providing more thorough analysis of the reaction products, enhancing the understanding of the crucial role of the earlier Earth's atmospheric composition. This further confirmed that the formation of amino acids was a plausible process in the earlier Earth environment. The work also provided critical insights into the probiotic synthesis of other organic molecules. While the primary focus remained on amino acids, the experiment yielded a diverse array of organic compounds, including sugars, lipids, and nucleotide bases. This suggested that the processes that generated amino acids might also have led to the formation of the other essential components of life. This demonstrated a broader view of the chemical evolution that could have led to the first life forms. The reception of Miller and Urey's work, while initially met with widespread enthusiasm, did encounter some critical responses. The exact composition of the early Earth's atmosphere remained a subject of debate. Some researchers argued that the atmosphere may have been less reducing than initially proposed, with a greater abundance of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. This change in atmospheric composition might have altered the efficiency of amino acid synthesis. The concentration of ultraviolet radiation and the role of volcanic activity were also debated. These critiques, far from diminishing the significance of the work, spurred further investigation. Scientists modified the experimental setup, incorporating different atmospheric compositions and energy sources to explore the effects of these variables on organic molecule formation. These later experiments produced similar results. The work prompted a deeper understanding of the complex interplay between environmental conditions and the emergence of life. The legacy of Miller and Urey's work extends far beyond the initial publication date. It directly influenced subsequent research in the field of abiogenesis. Their experimental design served as a template for numerous subsequent experiments, testing various scenarios concerning the earlier environment. Their work set the stage for understanding the role of hydrothermal vents, the importance of RNA world, and the development of protocells. It inspired a generation of researchers to explore the intricate chemical processes that could have led to the origin of life and paved the way for the study of extremophiles, microorganisms thriving in seemingly inhospitable environments. This has also informed the search for life beyond Earth. The impact of the 1973 paper is evident in the work of many subsequent researchers. For instance, the experiments conducted by Sidney Fox and colleagues examining the formation of proteinoids are directly related to the Miller-Urey experiment. Proteinoids are polymers of amino acids formed under high temperatures, and they offer another pathway for the formation of life's building blocks with high temperatures that may have been present in the earlier Earth. Subsequent work by Carl Woese, who defined the three domains of cellular life, and his research into the early evolution of life forms also implicitly builds on the foundation laid by Miller and Urey. The discovery of ribozymes, RNA molecules with catalytic activity, provided further backing of the RNA world hypothesis, which developed from understanding the chemical processes Miller and Urey originally uncovered. The influence extended to the fields of astrobiology and planetary science. The findings from the Miller-Urey experiment have informed the search for life on other planets. Scientists now use the knowledge of chemical reactions in earlier Earth conditions to create models of the atmospheres of other planets. This knowledge assists in searching for biosignatures, evidence of life on other celestial bodies. The legacy of this work has also shaped our understanding of the universe's potential to support life. The work, in its elegant simplicity, demonstrated that life's fundamental building blocks could, with appropriate conditions, arise from inanimate matter. It provided a critical experimental basis for the Opperin-Haldane hypothesis and established the foundation for scientific exploration into the origin of life. By demonstrating the feasibility of probiotic synthesis, Miller and Urey's work stimulated an entire field of inquiry. Their work is a testament to the power of scientific inquiry. The work endures as a landmark contribution to the exploration of one of humanity's most fundamental questions.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.